Kick back, press play, and let Island Time carry you away. On our last episode, we stitched with the Quilt Club. Don't move a muscle because it's time to balance on the Bosu with our friend, Lori Marks. From sunup to sundown, our residents sure had a good time at these recent events. Pirate Human Battleship. Residents celebrated National Talk Like a Pirate Day with a lively game of human battleship. Dressed in pirate gear, teams battled it out, aiming to sink their opponent's ships in a sea of laughter and friendly competition. Mrs. Roper Romp Night. The first ever Mrs. Roper Romp was a groovy blast from the past. Caftans swayed, wigs wowed, and the 70s vibe ruled the night as guests strutted their stuff in a parade of retro fabulousness. And now, over to our friends enjoying the inaugural Mrs. Roper Romp Night at Latitude Margaritaville, Hilton Head.
Well, today's the Roper Romp, so it's a party where you dress up like Mrs. Roper, the Ropers.
Dress up like Mrs. Roper, dance to the 70s.
Mrs. Roper celebrates freedom and independence and just a lifestyle that we all embrace.
It's like being on vacation with your friends every day.
It's like going to a resort and you don't have to go home.
Lori, thank you. We were just chuckling because you said something really, really cute. We do have to laugh through our fitness. And I know we always kind of feel a little awkward when we walk into certain classes. And this is going to be one of those ones where I chuckle a little bit myself, just remembering all the times on the Bosu. But this is a particular or a specialty class, and you teach a ton of classes for us, and thank you for doing this, by the way. So tell me about the Bosu Fitness. What is Bosu? First of all, what is a Bosu?
Okay, so a Bosu stands for both sides utilized, okay? Used to be both sides up, and then they changed it.
Yep.
I got certified in this years ago when it first came out. I did 3 hours of my shoes on and 3 hours of my shoes off, okay?
Oh, wow.
So it's a completely different workout. And you'll notice when we get started in this class, that you'll have some people that will be barefoot.
Right.
And I love that because when we are barefoot, therefore, we've got so many joints and tendons and metatarsals in our feet that this helps us strengthen that area because typically when you have on a pair of shoes, and our shoes do everything for us, obviously.
Right.
You know, nowadays, of course, there's a shoe for everything. And so therefore, that way, then they're forced to grip and to strengthen that area.
That's a great point.
It is.
That's
it
a
is.
great
It was a
point.
completely different workout with shoes on and shoes off.
Well, you notice when you walk on the beach, per se, when you walk on the beach with your shoes on,
Yep.
there's a stable platform. When you're off of that, you're gripping and you're molding to the sand.
Correct.
So this is kind of that whole thing.
Yeah.
And our balance and our structure, this is our building block, correct? Everything from the bottom on up. We put so much emphasis and pressure on our feet. This is going to help us gear all the way up our body.
Right.
For balance, stability, everything.
So I like to call this class balance for the unbalanced.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
so we probably should have just named it that. But however, and everybody's like, yeah, that's me. I go, and me, and you, everyone.
We just said
that
that
we
earlier.
just said that,
Yeah.
right.
You know,
So-
it could be hourly, it could be daily.
Correct. And our balance changes dramatically hourly, like I said, or daily. This class is designed to help people for their everyday activities.
Okay.
Balance is something that we all need to work on.
Yeah.
We all need to have more in our lives.
Yeah.
And it's just, but not only that, it also helps with strength, flexibility, core stabilization. You can do a
Yes.
whole entire workout of it, cardio.
Yeah.
So this is what's so, to me, I always tell people all the time, this is the best piece of equipment in the whole entire gym.
I have to agree with you. I've been a big proponent of a Bosu for a long time. It's a great
Right.
thing. There's so many things that you can do it, so many other little applications that we can bring in, the weights, we can bring in body
Exactly.
bars and bands and so forth. But they're available to us.
Yep.
They're right outside the door. You can dial up a Bosu class on
Absolutely.
Fitness on Demand if you're not available, but it's always nice to
Yeah,
take a class.
no, and I encourage people to do that because I'm like, you know, we all have our lives and be able to travel and do things that we want to do. That's why we're here, right?
A balanced
and it's like,
life.
correct, a balanced life. And so therefore, I tell people all the time, I'm like, yeah, no, come in here. And actually, a lot of the students in here, the residents, have bought their own.
Oh, fabulous.
Which I love that.
That's
so,
awesome.
and that way they're at home, they're doing their own thing when they're only not here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, there's also the chair. There's the Bosu chair, which is the half ball that sits inside
Correct.
the frame of the chair. And a lot of folks use that because, again, there's core stability, there's structure, there's strengthening of your backbones
Right.
and so forth. So you're bringing us stuff that I call toolbox. Those are the
Yes.
different tools in our toolbox that we get to utilize for our fitness. Bands. You teach a great spin class.
Thanks. I love that too.
When we can't get you, we can go on Fitness on Demand.
Absolutely.
But, another one of those specialty classes and the small
group training.
fitness.
Yeah, small group training. So that's really designed to help with strength. So there's 3 things that we need to work on it as we season. I don't like to say age.
Oh, I like the season part.
So I like that part too, because we're kind of all there. I tell them all the time, I'm a resident
Some of us
as
are a
well.
little saltier than others.
Right, exactly. So therefore, flexibility, strength, and balance. Those are the 3 things that we can all get back, in other words, when we are incorporating fitness and different dynamics and different tools, including fitness on demand, as far as with the group fitness classes.
You're amazing. You bring such joy to so many of us, and you're just so accommodating and so welcoming.
Thanks.
Remember that I said that when I go back there and get on the boat. So it's been a minute. So thank you so much, Lori.
You're so welcome.
Thank you for sharing your class with us.
Great.
Let's get started.
All right.
There's no slowing down. Check out what's on the horizon for our residents. Halloween pet parade, breast cancer awareness fashion show. It's karaoke. We came, we balanced, we Bosu'd. Thanks for sweating it out with us on Island Time, and we'll catch you again next week.